Hello, my wonderful shiny gems. How's it going? Oh, today is Sunday, so you know what that means? You do, right? It's DND day. Hold on. I gotta fix face rig. There we go. Face rig fixed. We have a new player today, but we'll get into that when D&D comes along. As usual, we are going to have our hour-long D&D talks, and then we'll have D&D session. As a reminder, D&D talks are just a general discussion of rules and home rules and stuff that either the players came up with and needed to be talked about, and or there's topics I wanted to talk about. In this case, there's actually a lot of topics I need to talk about to you guys here in a little bit. We'll be getting into Discord here in just a few moments. Tomorrow, I am hoping to stream tomorrow, but I do have a doctor's appointment, so I will not guarantee it. Cross your fingers and hope. That's all I'll say to that. Let's see, what else? Any other news? Any news that I can think of? Next weekend Sunday is Easter. I don't know if there's going to be D&D on Easter. Hey there, Soul Ray. How's it going? Why didn't table flip work? Oh, do I not have, hold on. For some reason, I don't have Streamlabs chatbot didn't come up. Hold on. Let me get Streamlabs up. Because Streamlabs is being a butt. A booty. Hold on. Wolf praise in the house. I hope you're enjoying yourself. We also have some interesting new little donations and biddies that you guys can choose from when you donate or do biddies for the stream during D&D. So I'll show that here in just a few minutes as well, and that will be something we'll be talking about too. All right, let me switch over here. Let's see, where is chat? Chat should work now, Soul Ray. Let's see, table flip. Yeah, there we go. All right. Let's remove that.
Yo, check it out.
Yeah, right. I will never have it pay to win. Screw that. It just adds a little spice for our viewers to interact. And players can do this too. Players will be able to do it as well. Alright, let me get into Discord and then we'll start talking about... hold on. It's going to sound like pop, but it's actually my tea. I promise you it's my tea. There we go. God, I'm having allergies right now. Horrible allergies. Alright. So let's get into Discord. Alright, there we are. Now we're in Discord. It's beer. It's never beer. We don't have money for beer unless somebody wants to donate $200. Then I can maybe afford beer this month. But it is never beer. It is tea. It's a can of tea, which means I can deposit it for 10 cents in Oregon. All right. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah. Okay, you guys can hear me. And there we go. So our first order of business is to discuss Arpine. Arpine. It seems that sadly our players haven't been Arpine to the extent I would hope that they would want to do. Soul Ray had more on this topic. If he's in Discord, he could discuss that a little bit better if he wanted.
He's muted indefinitely.
But I don't know if he's in Discord. Hold on, let me look. Somebody's in Discord. There we are.
I'm in Discord.
Yay, you're in Discord.
Hickman.
Hello.
I'm here.
All right. For RPing, so Solray does RPing, and so does everybody in their own way, which is perfectly fine. But we're gonna see if we can't get you guys to RP your characters more specifically. Specifically. I like that word. I know I'm saying it wrong because Oz is like, hold on. I need to get this on tape. I'm like, but. And then it turned out I was muted my entire stream last time. But I think what I'm gonna do is, and we'll discuss this other topic here in just a minute, but I will provide you guys with inspiration on my own. It's not bardic inspiration, so you don't have to keep track of it via that. It is the inspiration that's in your character sheets. So let's bring up somebody's character sheet and show them. Okay, we're gonna switch over to my other scene, which, by the way, is newish. It's all redone, reset up. I hope you guys like it. I spent a whole day doing it, or more like the last 4 hours. But we're gonna grab, we'll grab Oz's little character sheet. So there's this inspiration thing right here, and you click on it, and you have inspiration that you may use, just like bardic inspiration. And then once it's used, you have to unclick it.
Have you
Simple as that.
tested it out to see how it works?
I don't know if it works. It's just a little marker that says you have it. It doesn't actually add it in
I noticed it yesterday.
to a roll, I don't think. So we'll say public.
I think it's something just to let you know, hey, I have it.
Yeah, it's just more to know that you have it, and then once you've used it, it goes away. Then you have to click it again. It's as simple as that. It's kind of like your bardic inspiration, except they don't need to have the two-toned heart on.
Is it the same rolls? 1d6, and you can use it on just about anything?
I looked that up. I did. I swear I did, but I can't give you an answer to it.
And also, could we use it to subtract in the case of Night Watch? If we roll 12 again, could we use inspiration on that? Those 12s are killing us.
I don't know. I don't know. Inspiration. Use. Hold on, let me look that up real quick. Okay, here we go. D&D inspiration. Inspiration is a rule the DM can use to reward you for playing your character in a way that's true to their personality traits, ideals, flaws, and whatnot. Using inspiration, you can draw on your personality trait, compare it, whatever. Okay, let's get into the roles of what it can be used for. Usage. If you have inspiration, you can spend it when you make an attack roll, saving throw, ability check. Spending inspiration gives you advantage on that roll. So all it does is you can roll it with an advantage if you use it.
And you get to pick which dice.
Roll, yeah. You can use it on an attack roll to gain advantage. You can roll on a saving and roll it as an advantage, or an ability check.
It's a lot better than bark.
That's questionable.
I think it is.
That's questionable considering their rolls. Considering what the players have been rolling, that's questionable. That's seriously questionable. Alright. But anyways, let's get back to RPing real quick. So, I will be awarding inspiration to character sheets on my own when I think they kind of perform an RP setup that I am hoping for or expecting from the players. But also, inspiration can be gained by a viewer, and viewers include players if they're watching the stream, via, what did I say, 5 or 10 or something, or 20 biddies or something
It's on
like that?
20.
Yeah, it's on 20, okay. 20 biddies, and they can choose the player that gets it. You're only allowed 1 inspiration. So use it, or you lose the second one that might be given to you.
So I have a question. You can't particularly biddy for yourself. Like, you can...
Yes, you can.
Oh, can you?
I'm giving you that option.
That-
I am giving you that option.
That's pretty OP.
I am giving you that option.
Okay.
If it becomes too much of a problem, I might increase the cost of inspiration on the stream, though. Just an FYI. It might become the 100 instead of the 20. So just an FYI on that. So yes, via donations and biddies, players, viewers, and even myself, well, I wouldn't say myself because that would be terrible. But anyways, biddies, donations, either from players or viewers, will count, and you can choose one of those rewards. Biddies are a work in progress, and I am so glad I got like 3 players here. What would you like the biddies to have for rewards? It doesn't matter don't worry about the cost of it. Just what would you like to see as a reward or a troll to your character or to somebody else's character? Any thoughts?
How about giving somebody like food poisoning?
Food poison? Or a bad effect of some sort?
Yeah, bad effect. I wouldn't go as much as saying like getting poisoned. It's more about like in an RP sense, someone maybe doesn't feel right.
Right, no, yeah.
What are biddies again?
Biddies, if you go into Twitch, they're that little triangle arrow thing you click. I can't cheer in my own chat. And it's a cheering set. You cheer this many biddies type idea.
Oh, okay.
You can gain them by watching ads, doing surveys. Yeah, like that. And that was super loud. I might have to turn that down. Hold on, guys.
I heard nothing.
You heard nothing?
Oh,
Seriously?
wait. No, I have your stream muted. My bad.
Okay, I'm like, seriously? That was just loud. I mean, come on. How did you not hear that?
Yeah, no, I haven't muted, or else we'd hear double you.
Right, no, that makes sense. How do I change the sound again? Oh my god, it's been so long. Oh, I have to go to Streamlabs to do that. Streamlabs. But yes, 5 biddies. Wait, what would you like for 5 biddies? But yes, that's what biddies are. You can also do donations. Donations are final, though. You cannot ask for refunds of any sort. And that's in the disclaimer.
Really, Silver? You already want us to have an encounter.
Yes, he can get. He has a. It's a random encounter. They will have it before they do the watches.
Oh boy.
Yep. I'm glad he did that. Okay, where is my alerts?
Wow.
Streamlabs is so annoying.
I would love to have a random encounter with a traveling merchant.
Nah, not happening. At least not this time. Donations. Oh, and as a reminder, all the donations, the main donations during the stream will go directly to paying for Roll20 and maybe getting some extra books for from Roll20 so we can get interesting things and whatnot.
Myself tongue.
Different cool creatures.
See, Hickman just cheered 20 and he said he wants to get it for himself. You may mark it. I cannot find... This is horrible.
I'll be right back.
Where,
I got it.
where are the alerts?
Are you sure your chatbot is logged in correctly? You may have to reauthorize.
No, it's not the chatbot. It's the sound effects.
Hmm.
Isn't that from Stream Labels and whatnot?
Oh, I don't know.
For the alerts and whatnot? I could have swore that was from the alerts. And I can't find it. Stream labels, here we go. That's nice, I don't care. Stupid. I don't... They got this whole thing set up and new and kind of messed up now. Chatbot. Okay, chat, commands, quotes, sound effects, loyalty. Where's alerts? They used to have alerts, come on. I hate this. Dashboard maybe? Where's your alerts? I guess I'm gonna have to spend some time looking for it. They got this so messed up anymore. I'm not happy with the setup Streamlabs has. I really am not. There's no alerts button that you can click. At all. Huh. And then there's Ghost Chatbot. Lovely. Redemptions, music player, giveaways, live action. Merch, widgets. Ah, here we go. Alert box. Finally. Go away. Sound effect. Where are you? Alert delay. Don't care. Bits. There we go. Biddies. There's just sound effect. Oh, no wonder it's so loud. It's at 80%. There we go. Now it's down to 50. Save settings. Alright. Now hopefully that works better. Alright. But anyways. Biddies count for everybody. Anybody can do it. Alright, so we have bad effects such as food poisoning, RP. I'll say bad effect, parentheses, RP. Which means it's something that you'll have to RP. Not necessarily it gives you a very bad effect of any sort to the point where it starts affecting you badly, but
yeah,
it might, yeah. So
well,
like going to the bathroom a lot or something like that.
Yeah, if I could kind of repeat what we were talking about last time.
Yeah, please.
It would be like a RPing addition to your character. Like, how would your character react to getting this effect, being good or bad? But Moon's not going to cause something to go awry because of it.
Exactly.
So the example that I gave was you have a random encounter with a skunk, and the skunk sprays you. Now you smell. Now you're gonna have to RP knowing that you smell like a skunk. And
There
the people around you are gonna smell you, and you know they're gonna RP differently. But if you go to a merchant, he might say something about it, but like he's not gonna not sell to you because you smell like a skunk. You know what I mean?
He might not.
Yeah, but like because of this RP
but
thing,
he's not going to make it a big deal either.
right? Like if he were to have sold to you before the skunk, he'll sell to you after.
Exactly.
He could have other reasons not to sell to you, but it's not strictly because of the skunk, because that would be, to put it extremely game changing to the campaign, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to add like some flavor to it, some flavor text.
Yeah. Yeah, Wandering Merchant could be a random encounter as well. What else?
Yeah.
What else would be a good random encounter? A short little random encounter. Emphasis on this.
I don't know.
Find
The
some
other-
like change on the ground, like gold or silver or something.
Find a pack of money or maybe a little piece
Yeah.
of food.
Yeah.
About high in the perception check.
Hey, it's your lucky day. You found a gold coin.
Find it.
Of course, picking up that food could trigger a huge problem, though.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Alright, so we got a bad effect, RP, random encounters, which we already got. What was the other thing? Give yourselves inspiration. Yeah. I can't spell inspiration. This sucks. What else? What else can we like add into this little list of bitty cons?
You
I
want
guess I-
bad or good?
It's up to you guys. How many trolls do you want in it? Because a bad effect is a good little troll. Random encounter could be anything from trolling you to being a really nice pouch of money.
Yeah, you could have viewers come up with stuff at the time and be like, because right, it's like the story isn't written yet, so we don't know what's going to happen, so we can't say, oh, when we get to this part, viewers can decide to do this or this. But what if, as we go along, the viewers play along as well, and
Viewers vote on random encounter and like choose stuff.
A viewer's choice.
a viewer's choice, yeah, or if they think of something like, I don't know, something they could think of.
Okay. I'll put a viewer's choice kind of in there for now as a placeholder.
The viewer choice, like within a reason, sound like it could be the 100 biddy one, because they can literally think of anything as long as it's within the reason.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see about where I place stuff later. We're not placing anything anywhere right
Okay.
this very minute.
Have you?
But that, yeah.
I was gonna say, have you guys?
You're cutting in
Oh,
and
you
out.
cut
What
out.
did you say?
Be right back. 1 second. Sorry. All right. Am I good?
Yep.
So far.
Have you guys ever watched Critical Role?
No, I heard of it.
Heard of it.
So in the early days, they would have like Matt Mercer would make his he would have certain creatures that he might want them to fight, and then he would leave it up to chat to vote on which monster will be in the fight. But he had the initial decision. It'd be, I think these would be good for them. You guys decide what it is. Kind of situation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you have more
Interesting.
control over it. So they can't just be like, "Oh, send it to Rask," and then we all die. It was like, this is what I think they can handle. You guys decide which one they want that they're gonna fight.
Interesting.
So maybe like a pool of different creatures, and then have the viewers decide who.
Yeah, like 4, 3, 2, whatever one you're like, which one could they fight? Random encounter, or say there's a quest, and like I'm currently watching the first season, and he put it up to the viewers. They had a mercenary contract, and they had to kill a white dragon, and it was the viewers that picked the white dragon. There was a couple other choices. I don't know what they were. He didn't say what they were, but the viewers pick the white dragon for them to hunt.
Interesting. I'll take a look at that maybe here in a little bit. Maybe next this coming week or something for that. All right. Any other actual choices though, like you want to add in?
No, I can think of.
It's hard to think of them right now.
Right. No, you're fine. If you guys come
Yeah.
up with anything, you can always post them in D&D talks. Let's see what else. Well, that's the biddies and donations speech. RPing we kind of went over already, and what RPing will get you. Let's see. What was the other thing? We went over inspiration. It's just when you have that little tick, you can use it for advantage roll. And then once you've used it, it has to go away, because if I say give you another one, you lose it. Because you've lost that thing.
So they are different than Bardic, right?
Yep, they are.
Okay.
They make it so you can roll for an advantage rather than just adding to a dice roll.
Mm-hmm. Could
No.
you stack them
Well,
with Bardic?
No, it depends on how you mean by stacking. If, say, you roll for an attack advantage with the inspiration that you have, and then you add your bardic inspiration to the damage roll, you could stack it like that. But
Okay.
it's kind of like Bless. You can't stack two
attacks.
attack roll stuff, yeah. It's one of those things again.
Yeah,
we're not
'cause-
going to have it that way. We're not going to have you stack it that way.
Yeah, because that advantage is really strong already.
Yeah. But I'm going to be a little more nice about getting you guys that type of inspiration depending on how well you guys RP, so you could get it for free. But also, if anybody donates 20 biddies as of right now, they can give it to a player. And yes, the player may give it to himself. Unless, of course, he already has one. Then he's lost it, basically. If a viewer does the 20 biddies and gives it to a player, and that player already has it, I'll ask the viewer to choose somebody else.
Could you transfer? Are these transferable inspirations? Could I, like, if I get one and I can give it to somebody else?
If you really don't want it, you can give it to somebody else.
Well, not so much that I don't want it, but like, they see someone's in trouble more than my character is, and they go, can I give them my inspiration? They need to make a death saving throw. So
No,
okay.
no, it is
That'd
not
be cool, but
transferable.
I feel like that'd be overpowered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I know some DMs they'll let you transfer them, and they also let you keep them, so you can stack like 3 or 4 or as many as you want. So these are just like house rules other DMs have.
Yeah, and no, I'm just gonna allow you guys to have one. They're not stackable and they're not transferable.
So use them while you got them.
Yep, that's what I keep saying. If you got them, you want to use them.
Do you do the
In
house
case
rule
you
of
wind up with
flanking?
another. What?
I said, do you do the house rule of flanking? You have your friendly ally on the opposite end of whatever you're fighting, you get advantage on attack.
Sort of.
She did it a little bit last time we played. I don't want to say last week. I don't know if we played last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, you did a little bit, but it was more or less the spider just turned its back completely away from my character. So I kind of just RP'd that the spider exposed his back. So I'm going to go for the attack. And then I kind of like maybe jokingly said, do I get advantage? Because it seems like you would. And then Moon went ahead and let me have it.
Yeah, so if you can RP the fact that somebody's got it distracted and it's facing somewhere else, and then you ask for advantage,
Okay.
usually I'll probably give it to you. It's one of those things where you kind of have to make sure you RP it first, and then sort of ask, because a lot of the times it's more of, can I have advantage on this? It's a good way. It's just ask, and I
Yeah.
might
Yeah.
more than likely say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
in the character sheet.
yeah, because part of the problem is that we use icons, and like for us, the players, we can't turn them. Or
Yeah.
as far as I know, I can't turn them around, so I can't say I'm facing this way. And Moon could turn hers; she could rotate them, but that's a lot of work to turn every NPC that she's taking
Yeah.
control of every turn. So
Yeah.
that's why I just go with an RP sense where, like if we surround a bugbear, and it's pretty obvious we're on opposite sides, you just RP that, well, he just hit my companion who's on the opposite side, so his back's exposed right now.
Yep. And then you say I want to roll with advantage, and I'm like, yeah, go for it.
Right.
Yeah, that makes
I'd be
sense.
happy to say go for it.
Yeah. And then that
But
also
just don't automatically roll advantage and assume that I'm okay with it because I have no idea what you're doing.
and this also leads to a discussion that we had last week, Moon, if you remember, how role playing will help you help us by
Yes.
giving us giving an RP reason for doing what we're doing. It gives you insight to our intentions, and then you could
Exactly.
react that way.
I could react a lot better to what
Yeah.
you guys are doing.
Yeah, so if I say, okay, I'm gonna slash this bugbear right across his cheek, and then it's not the bugbear's turn, and Moon's well, the bugbear really hated that, across the cheek, so he's gonna turn towards you and try to attack you. So she's RPing in a way so now whoever's behind the bugbear knows that the bugbear turned his back to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you could roleplay, Bindle got his attention, so now he left his back exposed. I'm gonna go for a shot right in the neck, right? That clearly states that you want to attack with advantage. Well, maybe not clearly, but if you say, "Can I have advantage here?" it's gonna be hard for Moon to not give you that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And then whatever reaction the bugbear has from then on, we could role play off of that. And then so we're role playing off of each other.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's see. So yeah, we. I liked that idea.
Mhm.
It's fairly clear.
Yeah, and one of the downsides, or things that are hard to do, is like I said last week to Moon, it was like it's hard to role play an attack when you do it like so many times. Like I can only think of so many ways to slash a spider. You know what I mean? Eventually, you're just like, I attack, and then that's it, because you ran out of ideas. But I think that's why we were having the discussion, is that I'm going to try not to do that so much, because then I get into a habit of just not role-playing at all. And I think that's missing out on part of the fun of the game.
Yeah.
Right. And I would have to agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Now we're going to get into the meat of this entire discussion. The topic of armor and weapon durabilities. I have gone through a couple of people's online suggestions. I even re-looked at kind of like what Solray suggested, which I'm looking for right now at the moment, to read what he said to you guys, and to in general as a thought process, and then kind of what I came up with, but it's not set in stone. And I think I might make it so you guys start off with full durability as of right now, and then it is reduced later once I get this sorted out. So in other words, your durability's fine for now. Okay, So actually the reason Solray actually discussed a different suggestion on how to do something is because I totally screwed up on my statement for asking you guys to come up with some sort of percentage. And I said 100 instead of 100% type idea of how much durability was lost or something like that. But anyways, you went over like what if the cost is the percentage of the value of the item. I really like that idea. I really do. And whatnot. That's for the cost though. As for the damage itself, what I might have you guys do is roll a percentage die each day. And this would include the watch the night before. So if you've used your weapon, and then of course wear and tear on your armor, I would have you guys roll a percentage die, which is the 100 die. And with a certain percentage, like let's say 20 to 80%, your armor is fine. There's no reduction. If you get 10 to 19, 81 to 89 or something like that, it's reduced by how much I don't know yet. I haven't decided. And then if you roll a 5 to 9 or 90 to 95, it's reduced by even more. And then, but you can still repair it, of course. And then if you roll a 1 to 4% or a 96 to 100%, it's broken beyond repair.
That's cruel, Dean. That's cruel.
But it's only like an 8% chance to be able to roll that.
I was gonna call her Beans. You caught that out.
Yes, I caught that too. How dare you?
I was gonna call you Beans.
I don't think Beans would be too happy about that.
It's because she's usually the cruel one.
Wait,
But
what?
it's what I'm thinking. Now, if I do this, what it probably will mean that is the only way it would be completely broken is if you either hit your durability to being 0, or, and by 0 I mean 0%, or you roll a 1 to 4 or a 96 to 100. So literally those would be the only way it would be unrepairable. And then otherwise it would be a percentage of the cost of what it would cost to buy that item again, basically. As for magic items, like your goblin magic items, what I think I might do is say, what?
I thought magic items don't break down. I mean, I could be totally wrong on this. I don't know much, but
Via the rules, the official rules, yes, they don't break down. But via my rules, they do.
okay. Yeah, see, that's what I was trying to.
Yeah. Because I don't see how magic items wouldn't break.
Magic.
Yeah, but all the magic items do is give you a +1 to the attack roll. So why the hell are they magic?
Yeah.
So it depends on how powerful the magic item is. If it's something like that, I can see it breaking down. But if it's something like, I don't know.
Right. It could break due to stronger magic.
Yeah, so in general, magic items would probably have, I would say, double the durability as a regular item. So instead of 100%, it'd be 200.
I'll be right back.
Type idea. But again, this is not set in stone as of right this very minute. And to make things super, super simple, I'm thinking you only roll the percentage die that night before we do the watches. So that way you can see approximately where your thing is. And then on top of that, if you state that I wish to use my supplies, assuming you have the supplies, to somewhat mend or repair to get maybe a percentage or two back on your item after you find out you've lost a certain percentage, then that would be acceptable. That's what I'm thinking. Any thoughts, concerns, or other suggestions?
Maybe I just need to see how this is gonna work. I was thinking maybe you would just have us roll like a 1d6 every day, and that's the percentage of damage that our items took that day. Or something like that. And then,
Interesting idea.
because I kind of like the idea of like wear and tear, like things get dirty, they get broken, they get worn out. But if you take care of your stuff really well, it should last longer.
Yes.
So
That's why well, see, with this how's it called, a bell curve type thing, it gives you a chance to say, oh, your armor's just had normal wear and tear, so if you just maintenance for an hour or two, you're good to go.
yeah.
That's basically what that 20% to 80% roll tells you to do. If it's anything else besides that roll for the percentage, you lose that percentage, but if you spend a little more extra time, you can get maybe an extra 2 to 3% back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking. The problem right now is I haven't decided how much these would reduce to. Because the one I'm looking at, the one that I saw and kind of liked, made it so that you really only had those 3 options, and I'm not sure I like that. Is there a 1d5? There's no 1d5, is there?
I mean, roll 20, you can have any D, right?
I don't know. It's d4, d6. I don't know. Can you? Hold on.
I don't see why not. We put our own number.
D5. Wow. Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
I mean, I just rolled a 1d5. Yeah, because I don't... Is that going to work again? Yeah, you can roll a 1d5.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is my problem. I got like 2 nat 5s. Finally got a nat 1. It's generally my problem when I roll for you guys. I always somehow get all the nats.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Oops, wrong button. Sorry, guys. You got to see my Facebook. Yeah. We'll see. I kind of want to implement this more than just rolling a 1d5. Especially if it was used or hit.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's just normal wear and tear, a 1d5 should be plenty.
Yeah, because there's so many factors. Like even just defending, like for example, Bindo has a shield, so you could argue that anytime a monster misses him, it's because it hit the shield. But you could also say that the monster just straight up missed him and hit nothing, and that would be true too. So
Exactly.
trying to like put a value on just a fight, it's tough. So
Yeah, which is why I kind of just want it to be like at the end of the day before the watch, but this includes the watch of the last night, basically, of that night afterwards. And that way you just roll maybe 1 or 2 dice total each, and then you just put that then you just reduce the durability to that. So like you would roll 1 for your armor and you would roll 1 for your weapon,
like weapons,
and that'd be it. And a shield would count as your armor, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I would consider it part of the armor.
Yeah.
And then if like your armor or weaponry gets down below 50%, you get a -1 to everything on your AC and whatnot. So that way there is obvious penalty of not having it taken care of or fully repaired or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would go more than -1. Maybe a -2, but that's about it.
Well, I mean, it depends. Like a shield, if you go -2 on a shield, it's 0. You basically don't have a shield.
Wait, I thought your shield was better than that.
No, I think it's a +2.
See?
Yeah. But, I mean,
So-
if it's halfway broken, it kind of makes sense that you would lose a +1.
Yeah. Oh. So, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's not set in stone as of right this very minute, guys. So, I think I'll continue discussing it with you guys if it is just in D&D talks. It might be better if we maybe set a day next week and see if we can't get people to show up all again and discuss this even further. Otherwise, I might just make a rule like I did last time and then see how well it actually turns out. And if it turns out kind of crappily, like this one did, like the original setup did, then we might try something else and see what that is. But again, it would cost. So say your durability is down to 70%. You have 70% durability total, which means you need 30% to make it back up to 100. So you took 30% damage basically. You would have to go say the thing cost we'll say the thing cost 10 gold. That's really expensive, by the way, for most of the weapons these guys have. But let's say that it costs 10 gold and you need to repair it by 30%. So you'd multiply that by 0.3 and it costs 3 gold to repair it fully at a blacksmith. So that's something that we'll do, because it shouldn't cost, unless it's at 0 durability, it shouldn't cost the same amount as it would to buy a new one.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that on Soul Ray. Now, the other thing we could suggest, which I'm not a fan of, but if you guys are more of a fan of it, I will see if I can't get it to work out. They have, in D&D, here, I'll pull it up. Styles. And I can't spell, but that's okay. They have what they call lifestyle expenses.
Right, I
It
heard
is
of that.
priced per day. And you can be, if you choose to be wretched, you'd have to go through and pay for all the damages yourself, basically, while you're in town. If you choose that, I'm not a fan of this. You guys can go read it yourselves and decide for yourself if you even want to pursue this. I am not a fan of it. I will state that right now, but I'd be willing to work with you if that is your wish. But it really isn't something I would recommend, to be honest, because it's priced per day, and you would really want to be in the modest living, and that's 30 gold a day. At the minimum, you should be probably doing modest, and that's 30 gold. I mean, 30 gold a month.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I just realized I said a day.
I was gonna say.
That's 30 gold a month. Because the rest, if you have anything below that, you have to come up with your own expenses. And if you choose self-sufficient, again, you have to come up with your own expenses. And then anything higher than modest living is just kind of like, well, you're rich, have fun. So
Hmm.
it's up to you guys. It's 30 gold, and you'd have to find a town or a city that isn't going to get destroyed. Like Bindle, since he's actually from the Equine Plains
Mm-hmm.
and from a Pacific town of his, he could probably send 30 gold a month to the innkeeper or something that he's at or whatnot, and call it good that way. But a lot of you guys just don't know where a city is, how a city is doing, and whatnot. I mean, I think Solray's the only one that's here, aside from Hickman. Hickman's your character's from the Forest of the Fae area, right? As Hickman goes silent.
He may be mute.
He's not mute.
He said
No,
he would
he's
be
not.
back. He's doing something.
Oh, I didn't hear him. But that's the general idea. You guys can try the lifestyle stuff. I'm just not a big fan of it because it's kind of a pointless little thing.
No.
Especially if you're so far away from your village in the first place. It's like, how does that make sense?
Now, are you just trying to put some sort of what's the word? Money sink for the players?
No. Which
Okay.
is why it's not a money sink so much as the RP factor of the fact that your armor would not survive.
Yeah,
Continue
the
as
armor. Right, but for like the lifestyle.
No, the lifestyle. So lifestyles is which is the reason why I don't like it. The lifestyles is a money sink.
Because you could also it won't be in the game, like it won't be nice in RP, but you could impose like a DM tax on stuff like when we sell or something.
No, that would be via the king.
Yeah, but yeah, you could do that.
If
But-
the king starts deciding that he should tax, which he probably should have done a really
Yeah.
long time ago, but never decided to do so.
Yeah, but like just to cut to the chase, just have you do it out of character.
Right.
Because otherwise, we're gonna try to figure out how not to pay our taxes. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. No, it's not a money sink. It's not a money sink that I'm looking at. The lifestyle's just another option to your armor and weapon durability thing. But from an RP perspective, it just doesn't make any sense to me, which is why I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
That's literally what the lifestyle setup is. If you want your armor magically repaired, quote unquote, somehow magically repaired by a city far, far away, and then it's suddenly basically back on you the next morning, you can do it that way. I'm not going to deny it, but you would have to pay that amount for the lifestyle, and you would have to at least choose modest to get your armor and weaponry repaired. Which is why I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, I think I'd rather just come up with something a little bit more simple.
Which is why I came up with kind of the percentage and whatnot that
Mhm.
I suggested. And then if you don't, so say you don't get into a battle at all that day, and the night watches didn't get into battle with that day type idea, all you would have to do is roll a 1d5 for wear and tear.
Okay.
But if you get into a fight and you use your weaponry and your armor's hit and whatnot, you do have to roll the percentage die. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Now, the percentage die isn't the amount that's destroyed. The percentage die just tells you whether or not, if you do the maintenance, you get your armor is fine, or you get a certain percentage reduced.
Okay.
Type idea.
Yeah, I think I want to see that in action and see how it works.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be implemented until next time because I'm still deciding on how to implement it right now.
Okay. Okay.
We can do a trial run if you'd like during the game. Do a couple of trial runs and stuff during the game, but I'm not gonna force you guys to
Yeah, I mean,
have an issue with your armor and weaponry.
Yeah, you already said that we would start at 100 durability. Like you're already giving us that. So
Yeah.
a trial run where we lose a little bit of durability doesn't seem unfair.
Yeah.
So.
And if anything, I'll just give you back the 100 the next session.
Yeah, if it seems
start again on something else if it seems a little convoluted. And you know what? I think what I might do, and I'll post this in D&D Talks, because I don't want to post it into the D&D game information until after we get it. I think what I might have you do is roll like a dice instead of saying this is the amount of percentage you get if you've rolled this percent minus. Like, so say you roll between 10 and 19 and between 81 and 91, you roll a 1d5 for your durability reduction.
Okay.
If you roll, and so on and so forth, it goes up to 3d5s max. And we'll see, and that way, the only way it cannot be repaired is if it's at 0%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll go to either no kind of wear and tear exactly, or 1d5, 2d5, 3d5. I think is how that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Or yeah, that would work. I like that. Armor is fine.
You could add an extra dice per fight. Like you got into 2 battles this day, so here's 2 more d5s you got to roll, 1 for each battle. But if you didn't fight any, let's say it's one of those situations where you didn't really fight anybody, it's mostly just walking around and talking or whatever, then it's just a minimum 1d5 for wear and tear. But if you had like 6 fights that day, you gotta roll 6.
See, that's a little too convoluted. No thanks. I don't think I would want you guys to do that. I would rather have it a max of 3d5s, and then this would be a 1d3 for.
Yeah, it could get really, because you could also throw in like what kind of fights.
Yeah.
Fighting little spiders, probably not gonna damage your armor much. Fighting gigantic spiders, they're probably gonna destroy your armor, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So here is. Why are you doing that? Stop doing that. I don't want you to post it as a picture. That's a horrible thing. Are you kidding me? You want? Oh, I hate OneNote some days. Stupid OneNote. Fine. Hold on. So this is kind of what I decided to come up with. When you roll the percent die. Oh my god. Okay, when you roll the percent die, if you get 20 to 80, or if there's really no fighting, I'll just have you roll a 1d3.
Okay.
Let me add that. But if you're in a fight, if you've been in a fight or even a couple of fights during that day, I'll have you. Hopefully, you'll get the 20 to 80, but you'd still wear and tear at 3%. At 1d3. And that way, it shouldn't say armor is fine. It should say armor wear and tear. And this is from the old system, so that doesn't need to be there. Tear. How do you spell it? There we go. That's tier. T-A-R-E. Tear. So something like that. But if you're in a
2d5.
fight, I would have you roll the percent die. If you haven't been in a fight, I'd probably just have you roll a 1d3. We'll say, not a 1d5.
Is there anywhere on your character sheet to keep track of that? Is there like
For what?
for like your armor being degraded?
I haven't. Hold on, let me look. I don't think so. Not directly, anyways.
Maybe
right this very minute.
maybe just like in the treasure section or something. There's a treasure section.
There's a treasure section.
Like in your bio, there's some blank spaces there we might be able to utilize.
You got allies and organizations, which I would recommend leaving blank until you get allies and organizations, unless you want to add in your party members, because especially the party members that left. And then you got additional feats and traits, which is just usually added to the core area in general for feats and traits. So, and then you got treasure. I don't know, that I'm gonna say that's honestly up to you.
I mean, just to help keep track, because
Yeah.
we could go a week or two not playing, and then we're like, oh, I forgot what my armor was at.
You could also go into the description of your items, like there's that little dot, and there's a little text box right underneath. You got prop mods, and then there's a text box. You can say 100% right now and call it good that way. That way it's with the item itself instead. I'm not gonna have you worry too much about that right this very minute. Like I said, this is gonna be more of a test run than anything else. But I mean, you can write it in that little text box and underneath. It's supposed to be a description box of some sort, but you can write it in that text box there. Yes, I'm playing with Oz's character sheet. I'm sure he knows this because he's probably watching me.
Oh, it's almost time.
It is time. It is time. It's just about time to get going and started and whatnot. Is Oz even gonna be here? Oz, you're running late. Where are you, Oz? He didn't actually say whether or not he was coming, so.
Huh.
It's kind of weird for him too. It's weird. Where is Oz? Him. We're gonna take a 5-minute break because I gotta go to the litter box for a few moments. I'll be right back, guys. And then we'll get started playing the game.
All right. Sounds good.
Yep.